All right, now that we know where all these functions are called, let's start with initialize. It's the first thing that gets called, um, and it's basically probably one of the more important of the functions because it is called so often. It basically sets up everything um, that you're going to use. Now, if you look at the function, you'll see that there are three objects Vixen sends to you through initialize: executable object, setup data, and setup node. Each of these you can get a ton of information from. I'll show you in a second how you do that. And in general, you're going to want setup data available to your entire plugin, and also setup node available to your entire plugin. And I'll show you how to do that. In this plugin, we are definitely using setup node. I don't remember whether we use setup data. I don't think we do, but I'll show you how to access all that anyway. So basically what we want to do is we want to set up some members so that we can access them throughout our entire plugin. In order to do that, you go all the way up to where your class is first defined, right before the first function. Give yourself a little bit of space there, and basically declare some variables here. Now, the type of them, the easy way to figure this out, we're trying to save so that we can access setup data. Right here is the type setup data. That is a type that is made by Vixen. So setup data, we're going to name ours just m underscore setup data. What I like to do, and I'm not sure, I think this is the convention for programming. I'd like to name any of the variables that we're going to be using throughout the entire that I have set up as global. I like to name them m underscore and then a descriptive name of them. That way I know that they're global and I can access them anywhere. It also makes it so that there's no confusion whether accessing my variable or one that was sent straight from Vixen. So we want to set up, we've got the one for setup data, and we also to set up one for XML node. Again, I'm getting the type directly off of the initialize constructor here, or not a constructor, a function. So XML node, that is the type. We'll name it m underscore setup node. Okay, now we have them defined. We actually have to set them, and we simply do that when initialize gets called. We basically want to take the information that's sent to us, and set our variables to it. So to do that, you just type this, which means this plugin, m setup data. We set that equal to setup data. This second one is actually the one that was sent to us, and we will do the same thing for our setup node. Setup node. Setup node. Okay. And believe it or not, that's pretty much all we need in our initialize section for now. Just to reiterate, this is initialize is called constantly, and we need it to set up all of our information so that our plugin can get used. Now, just real quick, if you want to see what you can get out of these, what kinds of information you can get out of these, you can just type m setup data, which is name our variable, hit period, and you will see everything that contains. if you just scroll through, you might be able to use this information. We're not using anything from setup data, but if you look up in setup node, we will be using a couple of these later when we discuss how to save our information into our sequences. Another thing, for example, we will be using select nodes. Another thing, if you just want to see the executable object that gets sent, you can get a lot of information out of this. You can get the channels, which we will be using later. You can get information on audio, etc. You can just go through these and you play around. If you need some information, it's pretty chance anything you need is in one of those objects that are sent to you. So go ahead and build it. We're not going to run it right now. And also, I had to remake a couple of these already, so I don't remember if I covered this or not. So, just in case, one of the drawbacks of when we sent for it to build automatically into the Vixen directory, if you click build and have Vixen open, it can't overwrite the DLL. So in order to build it, you always have to make sure that Vixen is closed. I'm pretty sure I already covered that, but just in case. So go ahead, build. And there we go, a nice short part of this tutorial.